your phone. To all the lovely, beautiful people out there who will be catching this video on the replay. Shout out to everybody who's gonna come in the room. Y'all know who it is. You know who the face is. It's Mr. Bellucci, currently in your area, aka Mr. Be Lucky. And we also got the lovely, beautiful wife in the building.
Peace and love, everybody out there. Hope you're having a great day. Yes. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. Oh, we got one person already tuned. Oh,
Yeah.
check it in. All right.
All right, zero. Okay.
Come on in the room.
Nice.
Up to 2. Come on in the room.
All right.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
Another beautiful day.
Yeah.
All right.
And we also have Ayla in the building.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, hello. How are you?
Yeah, and we got our good brother. We got 2 good brothers here today. I'm gonna let our good brother, the one and the only Ngobola, in the building. Yeah.
Yeah, how are you doing? How's everybody? Today I want to introduce you to my friend, the owner of Outback Hill, here in Outback Hill, Andyford Banda. Like I said, most of the businesses that are here in Lusaka as well as around the country to showcase how people are doing stuff. And there is Andyford Banda will explain his business here. I won't go into details about what he is doing.
Nice.
And please, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, how's it? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming up so that you hear more about what we're doing here and what our plans are going forward. Thank you very much.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and that's the owner here of Outback Hill, which is a food place, and it's a bar. Is it a bar and restaurant?
Yeah,
Restaurant.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
Locally owned. All right.
Yeah.
Bar
locally owned.
restaurant, you know. But yeah, we serve good food, we serve good drinks. We are in Ibex Hill in Lusaka, near the American Embassy. Yeah, so basically this is our second restaurant. And we're trying to grow the franchise to many parts of Lusaka and hopefully later to outside Lusaka. We are entrepreneurs in this country and we're trying to encourage a lot of people to actually venture into entrepreneurship. So yeah, this is what we do here. And we employ a number of people, about 20 people that are working here, which is part of the idea. The idea is to create employment, you know, and that's the reason why we encourage entrepreneurship. So yeah, Outback Hill is here. It's been open for about 4 months. Outback Cafe has been operating for over 3 years. So we've learned a lot over the years. Of course, we've had a lot of challenges. I mean, coming out of the COVID era, we're still here, but I think it has eased up now. But these are some of the businesses that were, very much affected during COVID, and but we're getting back on track. Yeah, thank you.
Right. Nice.
Nice.
And somebody asked, are we live? Yes, we are live. We are live.
So
Nice.
since you said it's a bar and a restaurant, can I order a beer?
Yeah. I mean, what I
Live.
I mean,
Is that okay?
no, you can order beer. I mean, I don't know what you guys are drinking, so that people can see that you're enjoying the food and the drinks from the Outback Hill here in Ibex Hill. And yeah, we're building clientele. We've been open for 2 months, and every week we see new customers, and we hope that we can get more people. So we're looking forward to the summer, end of July. I think we're gonna get packed.
All right.
Yeah.
And what are some of your specialty dishes here that people come to get? The food, specialty dishes that people like to order.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like our fish, which is called the bream.
I just ordered some. I just ordered some brim.
Yeah, they like the bream from here.
Yes.
They like the goat meat, which they call mbuzi.
Okay.
Yeah. The wings are also fast selling. Yeah, the people like the chicken wings, the fast selling. We also have some good pork chop here. Yeah, and like I mentioned, we've been open like for 3-4 months, so we're still improving our menu.
Right.
As we are getting the right chefs on board. Yeah.
All All right.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so
nice.
we just got back to Lusaka a couple days ago from Livingstone. And I just want to say we had a great time in Livingstone. For everybody who we did link up with, thank you all for showing us such a wonderful time. We're back in Lusaka, enjoying life and loving what's going on. And we definitely had to connect with our good brother Ngobola here. So how have you been doing, Ngobola?
Yeah, I've been doing fine. And like I said last time, we the issue of entrepreneurship. I think every time when people try to talk about, I see sometimes the reaction of the people is that they think it's a bit of a waste of time. Not everybody has to be an entrepreneur, but the middle class in any country is always built by small businesses. And I'm not doing this one because I have. It's actually for my interest as well, because, and here is why: if you've got so many people, not those people chasing for employment, it's in government and teachers one. I'm talking about if you've got so many small business owners and small entrepreneurs, it means they'll be generating some money somehow, and they will have to bank that money somewhere. And banks are basically Shylocks. So if they have got more money banked in their banks, they would want to lend it out. And they all talk about lowering interest rates and creating wealth in a nation can only be realized through entrepreneurs and small business owners. And I get very disturbed when I look around and I see that 90% of the financial institutions are foreign owned. Major businesses are all foreign owned. And we seem not to have this idea of encouraging people. I'll give you an example. For instance, we were discussing with a friend of mine, and the attitude of sometimes of our people. If they come to Andyford Banda here and would want to buy some beer, they will negotiate with him to say, "Oh yeah, maybe I'll pay you tomorrow." But if they go to a foreign-owned bar, which is selling maybe his Heineken is 20 kwacha or 30 kwacha. Foreign owned is Heineken is 70 kwacha. They will pay cash there, but they would want to all here. So we have to get rid of some of these attitudes and encourage our own people. Even the complaint that people talk about, say, we have to change attitude towards money. It's because people are not used to touching money. That's why when you lend them, sometimes they can't pay back because they are not used to handling such amount of money. So, but if you encourage everybody, they start to know the value of money and paying back on time and supporting their own, you know. So, but if people are not used to touching or being around money, they don't see how to deal with it when they. So all these complaints sometimes when I hear people say, the attitude towards money is very bad. They lent him money, he never brought it back. It's because they are not used to touching it. But when you got entrepreneurs, they start to know the value of money. And when you say people saying, the Zambians are lazy. If you show him where his money comes from. Have you seen these boys who sell talk time?
Yeah.
If they were working for someone, they'll be knocking off at 16:30. But since they work for themselves, the boy will be there until 18 hours, 19 hours, because he knows that this is his business. And it's from there, this attitude that I need now imagine if they grew to become big businesses. Of course, the attitude towards work will be different. So that's why sometimes it's important. You have to do the same as engineering. In engineering, for me, when I have a contract, an engineering contract, I always make sure I teach the young engineers everything. But when I'm talking to somebody who's an engineer that just works, he'll be telling me, "Why are you telling him all these things?" Because he is used to protecting his position. Whereas for me, I'm looking at business. So if I have a contract, I'll need some engineers, young engineers who would want to work for me. The ones who do AutoCAD, the ones who do GIS, the ones who do all these other structural designs and all the other stuff. So if they are good at what, I am not scared of my position, because I know that if I have to bid for some work somewhere, these are the people I would use. And I know that because if they have worked for me at some point and they have done a very good job whilst they're working for me, I'll know that if I employ them in my work, they will deliver. Yeah. So that's one of the things about engineering. It's all about entrepreneurship, sorry. Yeah. It encourages.
Nice. Yeah, that's facts. So, like, for local people here in Zambia, like, what are some good, I guess, businesses that they can start? Do you have, like, any idea of, like, some businesses a young person could start so they can get used to money and things like that?
Yeah. So I'll talk about my field myself, and I've always debated with people about capacity, because if you've never seen it in real life, then of course you'll argue. So, for instance, this time the government has released some constituency development funds. Basically, it's one idea of stimulating the economy. And for me, I think it's a chance for if they are going to, one of the things that they wanted to build wanted to build schools, they wanted to build some clinics. Small technicians, young technicians, this is their chance to make their own bricks, for instance. It's not very difficult. We've got trade schools and we've got young people that have been trained into doing that. That is one area they can start as a small business. And the other one is carpentry. All these buildings will need ceiling boards. They will need doors. They will need wooden towers. That's where somebody who's an artisan in carpentry. But of course, there has to also be. It's a deliberate. I'm not trying to make it political, but in other countries they make it deliberate that they push these young people. Sometimes the reason why we get our child to go to school early in the morning, he doesn't want to go to school, but you know the value of him having an education. So even the government, when they know, if they understand that the economy, for the economy to function, it has to be in the hands of its own people, and its own people that own small businesses. So even if somebody doesn't want to do it, but sometimes you can push. There was that interview by the Indonesian minister, I've forgotten his name. He was saying they forced their industries to start adding value to their raw materials. So they forced. Maybe some people can put labels all you want, but if it can work for your country, for me, I think this is something that is important to do. So in terms of small businesses, if you pass through Kalingalinga, you'll find young boys welding. In each one of the schools they're going to build, they will need door frames, they will need burglar bars, they will need gates, they will need roofs to be made. So the artisans, small businesses, that's one area in my field. So if you look around, like I said last time, our country, even though people would say it's not very developed in terms of infrastructure, for me, I look at it another way. It means whoever is here is not too late. Because if you go to a place and everything has been built, it means you are too late. There's nothing else you can construct.
Yeah. Burn, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, family, we getting our food together here. Yes, grilled. Yeah, peace to the family though. Shout out to Ngobola for all that information. Abraham, great analysis, engineer. I'm Zambian watching you from Cape Town. Will caught on camera. Will John in U.S. with bad network. That's for real. Cause everything is clear on our end,
Yeah, this
family.
is clear.
Yeah, and if you keep saying it's unclear and it's clear, we gonna block you or throw you out the room, family,
It's probably the network.
or put you on timeout because it's distracting sometimes, family. Yeah, but shout out to all the lovely people in here. Shout out to Pari Liua. Very interesting and definitely true. Loving the Zambia blogging. You are doing great at advertising our country and educating us about business and Zambian and African history. All right. So as a foreigner, that's new here, like what are some things that like some laws in Zambia that we need to know that's probably not in our country? Or do you have any laws that we need to know here in Zambia that we might not have like in the US or the UK?
Maybe I can say that.
Okay.
For investing.
Maybe I can say that because before I forget, there was one person who commented. I think when your video is playing, there's always an advert for a school for cannabis in the US
Okay.
in South Africa. Yeah, yeah. So I think people should not mistake that one as an advert that you're doing for Zambia. I think
Okay.
maybe it's better. So because the laws are we are still. Although my older brother Peter Sinkamba is trying to have the laws changed over cannabis, it's still not hasn't been changed. So that one I think you just have to be mindful of it. So maybe I don't know how you can do the advert to just make it clear that this advert is not intended for the Zambian audience. But the whole point the whole point is that still it's www. So it's World Wide Web. So
Right.
it's broadcasting. So that person who was saying why do you have rights to cannabis and all the other stuff? I don't think YouTube is all over the world. So, but for here, I think that is one of the things. But maybe Andyford may have something else to say. But
Okay.
Yeah, I think basically it'll be difficult to single out some laws that are here and are not in the United States. Of course, he's mentioned something about that cannabis advert. I think he was telling me about it yesterday. But I think one thing that I'd like to just add on is the issue of entrepreneurship. I think there has to be deliberate policies to actually encourage, to encourage and support the local guys to run the economy. I think it would just be fair that people who come here to invest in this country, they should not come here with with the idea of getting opportunities from the local people. I think that is what creates a situation where there are no jobs. That's the reason why we believe that like the example that Ngobola mentioned of when a child starts school and you have to push them to go to school because you do understand the benefit of that of them going to school. So I think the government needs to actually take that as a policy example of how do we create policies that supports local businesses. I think one thing that I can say for sure, something that we don't have in this country is a lack of support for small businesses. I think there are no structures that support small businesses, and if you're not going to create deliberate structures that are going to support small businesses, we are not going to see the growth of a lot of businesses, and our economy will always be weak because it means that we're not supporting the middle class. We're not supporting the small and medium enterprises. So I think regardless of what happens, we want to see a country that has got a lot of people venturing into entrepreneurship, in various areas. I would say, like, for example, if you are in Silicon Valley in the United States, I believe that, you have a lot of venture capitalists, people that are willing to invest money in new ideas, and they're willing to lose that money, and that's the reason why you find a lot of innovations coming out of the United States, because there's so much risk that is put in trying to encourage people to think outside the box, So now here we have people who are able to think outside the box. Maybe, of course, I run the restaurant, but I've also got other ideas of how to do things. But, there is no support, for innovation. There is no support. We don't have a group or a community, whether it's a government, whether it's a private investors, whether it's a banks, that are willing to put aside some cash, which they are willing to lose, so that they can invest in innovations. I mean, you can have 10 innovations. You can have 2 that work out, and they can change the world. You get the point?
Yeah.
But so you need to have people who are willing to lose. Out of 10, they're willing to lose 8. Which I believe is what's happening in Silicon Valley. You know, um, you have the kind of investors that are willing to put in millions of dollars, you know, into new ideas, and you know, not all the ideas work out. So we need to actually, you know, upgrade our risk profile. I mean, we need to actually, you know, come up. I mean, we need to create such things. For starters, of course, I mean, there are a lot of people that have got money, but I believe that, you know, the right, you know, people to drive that is the government. The government needs to put aside a lot of money, you know, to support innovations, you know, not corruptly, but genuine innovations where people can see that, you know, we're trying to change something. Because just one innovation that works out of 10, for example, or out of 100, it can change the world. You know, it can change Africa.
Yeah. Come on.
But for as long as we are not going to take that deliberate policy of taking risk, of being willing to lose money, because we lose money anyway. We lose money through corruption. We lose money through wasted expenditure. We lose money through inflated, you know, contracts and whatnot. So why can't we say every year we are going to invest, for example, $10 million, you know, in innovations? You know, we have these departments, but they're not putting money in innovations. There's no platform for people with ideas to come in and say, okay, this is what this is what I think will change this kind of thing that is happening. Is it garbage collection? Is it financial services? You know, and all sorts of things. And that's the reason why I believe that that's the reason why Africa still lags behind. And if you look at the most developed countries, it's China, America, Britain, you know, Russia, you know, Japan, you know, they are definitely investing in innovations. That we in Africa, we are wondering why these countries are moving ahead of us, is because we're not taking risks. You know, we want things to happen the way they happen every day. You know, you mentioned, Ngobola talked about the CDF. You bring up the CDF, you just want to give people handouts. You're not giving the money to think outside the box. That's not going to work. That's not going to change this. I mean, Africa, it's not going to change this country. So we need to have leaders that, you know, are able to put money aside. And obviously, we also need to have business leaders that are able to invest, you know, in new ideas. We need to have platforms of people that are going to bring in solutions on how we can save our environment, how we can clean our environment, you know, how we can actually ensure that, you know, people probably have low-cost housing, you know, how we can increase access to financial services to the majority of people that are not banked, you know, and other kind of thing. So I believe that, you know, there's a lot of work that we need to do, and we need to actually be able to take a lot of risks if we want to see a lot of change.
All right.
So I got a question. This question is from Tony Richards.
How safe is Lusaka in terms of security for business?
All right.
Security
So that question, it's like someone, most people, especially like, I mean, the BBC has done a lot of work to attract such questions. For instance, if you are in Israel, it's surrounded by some countries that are fighting very close, right? I don't think it's unsafe to do business in Israel. It's very safe. In Lusaka, I don't know what it means by safe. Is it safe like, is it a war zone? Or is it that the government can grab your business? I don't think any of that is. If it's about grabbing your business, I mean, the American government is just grabbing Russian businesses, some of them which are not even connected to the politics. So if it is safe to do business. That's why we are here. That's why Andyford is here. Nobody will grab. But if it's a criminal organization, I'm against, for instance, investors that come to steal from the people. Yeah, that is just not something that even I can stand by and watch while they are doing tax evasion, for instance. So in terms of safety, if it means is it war zone? No, it's not a war zone. We are close to Congo, yes, but even Congo is not really that bad if you go in there. There are skirmishes in Eastern Congo. Our government doesn't repossess proper private property. Yeah, so those are the only things that he can be afraid of. But then, coming back to the issue of deliberate policy on.
No, maybe I'd want to add on the safety. Yeah. So how safe is it to do business in Zambia? It's very safe to do business in Zambia, and actually, I think we need to move to a point where we start seeing investors that are going to start coming to solve problems. You know, not to come and take advantage of what is already there. You know, we do not have investors that are coming to solve problems or to do with the environment, financial services, and whatnot. I think, you know, when we talk about innovations, you know, we need to people to come and, you know, set up and say, okay, how do we, for example, deal with the garbage collection? As an example, how do we deal with the issue of housing? Because a lot of people in this country, they don't have houses. You know, how do we deal with, you know, enhancing financial services? It's very safe to do business in Zambia, but we are also tired of investors that just want to come and grab the mines. They want to come and run a restaurant next to my restaurant because they've got more money than me. You know, we need people to come and solve problems. You know, in this country, we have the solutions somehow, but you know, we will also welcome those that are going to come, you know, to create more solutions. You know, thank you.
All right. Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
I want to say something on the Silicon Valley. So there is always this tendency of I don't know where some of these ideologues who think like if government does something for the people, it's socialism. Silicon Valley was actually a deliberate policy of the government in 1973, and like Andyford was saying, the government literally just gave even tax. I think it was the zero tax for you to set up a business in there. So entrepreneurship and small businesses, which eventually grow into large businesses, are the insurance policy of a country. When they want to lend you money, they would always say the ratio of debt to GDP. How do you increase GDP if you don't have your own small businesses or your own businesses to operate? So, yeah. So on that is a very important issue. And again, nobody needs people who want to take advantage of what is obtaining in the government. So, for instance, we have street vendors. We don't need any more street vendors. We have street vendors, but we don't need any more another group of people to come and line up the streets with all sorts of brick making machines. We don't need that type of business. We need people like Andyford, people who have to offer solution in water supply, solution in road transport, solution in agriculture. Yeah. So those are the most important things that we need to have solutions for. So, yeah.
So we getting a question about the train, because you do have a train here that runs from here to TZ. Am I correct?
Yes, there is a train.
But it's not operating right now. So what?
No, I think it is still operational.
Oh, it's still operational. Okay.
Still
Okay. Because
operational.
somebody's asking about it.
Still operational.
Okay. So the train is operational. They're saying
Yeah.
the train works.
Yeah.
It works.
From here to Tanzania?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a train.
Okay. So it is working. Somebody was
Actually,
asking.
even from here to South Africa,
Is that
Zambia Railways. Yes, Zambia Railways. If you want to get goods, maybe an excavator or grader from South Africa, the rail line is still has some improvements to be done. But don't forget, it was privatized at some point, and those are some of the investors that people don't need. They held on to that rail line for speculative purposes until Mrs. Nawakwi threatened to have a citizen's arrest. There were people, so-called investors who held on to Zambia Railways for years, basically asset stripping off everything. until they were chased away. So those are not the people that you need. So in terms of a quality investment. That's why sometimes I think even on immigration, when you're getting into the UK or US, they have got this tier point, your education level and what for them to give you a visa or even an investment license. But how can you get an investment license to just come here and be competing with our marketeers? That's not what we need. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's the right time. I think it's the right time to actually people who are thinking of investing to think about Africa, because there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of problems to be solved, and I think that is what is going to create the next line of billionaires. As
Line of
Right.
billionaires.
yeah,
He said
the,
billionaires.
you have to be brave enough to come and look at the challenges and see what solutions that you have.
There's
Trust
one thing-
me, the opportunity is quite huge.
There's one thing I wanted to say also. What maybe people can learn from what the Chinese government has done. What they did, what they have done so far, what I've noticed in, especially in Zambia, they built a stadiums. Stadias in English you say stadia, or is it stadiums? So so they built stadiums for free. But you know what they did there was that they ring fenced those construction jobs for their own companies. So from the gift they gave as a stadium, which is for free, but from there they came with small businesses, which they grew from the same gift they gave. So maybe it was free at the beginning, but it was a footprint for their own small business owners, who would bring in things like cement. Oh, sorry, bricks, or bring in things like steel, or do some artisanal work. So when that contract finished, they built another stadium somewhere else. Went with the same group of small businesses which they had created from the gift they gave to the Zambian government. So in there, they have now a small army of entrepreneurs. I mean, it's a very good policy, but it was a deliberate policy by their own government. So now they have got these private businesses we see here as Chinese small businesses, but they grew from a government project. But here you find that there's some of these people talking about globalization. It's global when it comes to us, but there is this was it $1 trillion infrastructure spending in the U.S. By Joe Biden that he just signed. I'm sure I cannot go there and bid not even to build a small makeshift or even a small pipe bridge. I can't. They will never allow me because the idea is for them to stimulate their own economy and grow their own small businesses. So that's the importance of that. And even when you look at the stock exchange, when they talk about the FTSE 100, those are 100 companies that belong to that country. And when they want to borrow from the IMF or the World Bank or anybody, they will say our debt to GDP ratio is sound. We are able to pay back because we've got companies we can tax. Yeah. So, but when it comes to us, they cannot lend us any more money because they say you have no capacity to pay back. What do they mean by capacity? It's because we don't have enough companies within our country which are big enough to be the size of Zesco, for instance, privately owned by Zambia. Because if you are 10 or 100 of those, then the government can say, look, give us some money, we can borrow. And if we have to pay back, we will tax these profitable companies and give you money. That's why Japan is heavily in debt, but still continues to borrow. Whereas we are not actually even close. It's over $1 trillion, the money they owe. But they can continue borrowing because they can say, we have Nissan, we have got Toyota, we've got Mazda, we've got Kawasaki, we've got Sony, and all these other companies. So that that's why I'm saying that having your own businesses is an insurance it's an insurance policy for a country. America can go to war to protect those interests of the businesses that are inside America. So if you touch the oil, it belongs to an American company. And they would go to war to defend that because they know that this is an insurance company policy that makes us great as a financial power. So, and people have to understand this. You cannot just be talking about, and when we talk about private, for us who are pushing for entrepreneurship, we're not talking about foreign ownership. We're talking about local ownership, right? Actually, the British did that. They had no capacity to pay for BP. BP is private. But what they did was they took pensioners' money and threw it into BP and ran it as a private company. So when people were saying, oh, privatize, they said, okay, we're going to privatize. But we'll privatize to our own pensioners. So the pensioners own it, and there's no interference from politicians. So, but the people confuse it to say if the government has majority shares, then government has to now run the whole thing. You can hire private managers and give them benchmarks to say if you don't make any profit in a year, you don't get any bonuses. You see how they turn around these companies. They are companies owned by 100% by the British government, but they are run privately because they give it to managers to run them. And they said give them benchmarks to say if you don't make any profit, you don't get any bonuses. So I don't know what's so complicated about that. But too many theoretical people with fake Harvard theories coming here to tell us stories. But as long as the status quo is not sustainable, we've been talking about that since 91.
So I got a question.
Yeah.
And somebody asked this in the chat, and I was also thinking this the other day. Like, is recycling plastic a good business to bring here in Zambia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are some of the solutions that we're talking about. And to be honest, I mean, it's a good thing that you're thinking of recycling plastic. That could be one of the huge businesses. But I'm going to be honest to say that there are a lot of Zambians that actually have ideas about doing that. You know, they know what they're supposed to do about it. I don't think it's something that is so rocket science, but I mean, would appreciate if there's any technology or any machinery that is far much better to deal with that, or any structures that have already been developed. But but I mean, even our local people here, I think they've already done a lot of studies in those areas. But like we have been mentioning, some of the biggest challenges that we have in this country is lack of support for small businesses, you know, so that they can venture into solution-based entrepreneurship, you know. So I think that is, but yeah, if you've got the money, I think the country is open for you to come and do all that kind of thing, and the opportunities there, because garbage collection is one of our biggest problems in this country. And we're not doing a lot of recycling, so we're not cleaning a lot of the environment. The environment. So if you want to especially invest in sustainable energy, this is the place to be. Yeah.
Green jobs are what should even drive a. They sometimes I heard someone say, do never let an opportunity go to waste. We have an opportunity here where we have hunger, we have unemployment, and there are so many solutions that can happen. But there has to be. I know when you say things like government, you mentioned government, that's why we vote for them. We vote for them so that they can look after our interests, not whereby something is happening, everybody dances around, they go to Europe to go and find solution. Ask your people around. For instance, I was talking about agriculture. We have people in Southern Province who are traditionally, their tradition is agriculture. Why would you go to Europe and look for a partner in agriculture when you can just go simply to Southern Province? Yeah. So when I was coming from Southern Province after dropping you off, I kept stopping by these streams, and I saw them dry. I'm like, why is this happening? It's because somebody left it in the hands of all sorts of NGOs that talking about we are going to be sinking boreholes for the people. That was their solution. Some of them ended up sinking boreholes at the source of the streams. And then you've got these so-called investors that are coming in, and they invest in agriculture, but they over-abstract, or they dam a small stream without any regard for anybody else. So So those aren't the people we need. We need people that are bringing solutions such as recycling of plastic, recycling of bottle tops. They're just not going to disappear from the environment. Um, are you sure you're going to eat from here, or maybe you can?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, we get over there. About to go over there,
Yeah.
man. Nice.
So you can go on Monday.
Yeah, so
too.
we about to move to a different table so we can eat, and then we're gonna let y'all go, family. Because this is our first meal of the day. Y'all wondering why like we look a little down? Because this is our first meal of the day.
Chilling, yeah.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot. I had to get my hair cut earlier.
Yeah.
Lovely wife had to
Working
handle some
online,
business.
doing some
Yeah.
computer stuff, working online and
Yeah.
designing some stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
we decided we wait till we get out
Yeah.
and meet up with Ngobola. So yeah.
Yeah. We definitely learning a lot.
Yeah, and thank you guys for all of the questions and the comments. They appreciate both of you.
Yeah.
And, the information you're rendering. They're glad to see you and Ngobola. And they're
Yeah.
glad to see you on here too.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot
Hey,
of good
can we get
comments.
your name
a lot
again?
of good comments.
My name is Andyford
Yep.
Banda.
They said, is that him? They said, is that the
Nice.
Andyford? They were asking, is that what you?
Yeah.
Is that
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about his body.
Yeah.
I don't want to
No,
talk
we're
about
talking
this
business.
politics because we're talking about business. But yeah, this is the Andyford Banda. That is the same one.
Nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, and this
Thank
is
you. More
actually
questions.
your restaurant here, Outback, Outback Hill.
Nice.
This is a lovely establishment. Yes, it
Nice.
is. I might have Ayla go. Is it all right if she just shows
Yes,
around
sir,
a little
please.
bit? Ayla,
You feel,
yeah, we need you to show the beautiful people around this lovely establishment. Yeah,
she can start the front door.
yeah.
Yeah.
Peace and love to all the people.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, so I'm going to go to the front so we can really get the view and get what the restaurant really looks like. But hi, I hope you all are doing well today. Oh, is the door closed? Oh, hope y'all are doing well today. Yeah. What would that comment say? Hey, family, hello. Yes, so let me go here. Hello. Okay, so we are at the front. I'm gonna show you. Here's the parking. So, first, here's the parking. You come in through that gate. So then you have this area out here. I assume the children play and things. You know. Hello, Ayla. Hello. We're about in Lusaka. I think this area is Ibex Hill. And here's the front. The Outback Hill. Yeah. Hi, Ayla. Thanks for the chat from Tanzania, Tina, and UK, Stephen, BCK. Hello. So here's the front, the bar area. Get over there. As you can see. There's people seated. I'm trying not to get too many people though. Yeah. Here's the bar again. Here. And then you come down here, and here's, all of the seating. Nice. A lot of tables, which is good. It's outside. You get your air flowing here. Yeah. So that's pretty much. Please check your Instagram DM. Do you mean me, Alicia, or on the Unapologetic Nomads account? Let me know. Ayla Ross. Thank you. Thank you, BJ. Thank you. So yeah. Trying to hold it steady so you can see. Pan. I wish you could see. There's a full moon like right there. You can't see it though. But yeah. Then there's TVs and things so you can watch your games. There's also seating over there. So yeah. More seating over there. Unapologetic Nomads. Okay, I'll let my parents know. And then here you go again. Nice. Yes.
I'm sure you probably got to turn it.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, family, make sure you check out the Martin reunion that's going to come on the 16th. Yeah, make sure you check that out. I think that's on BET or something like that. Shout out to everybody who plays in the show, Martin. That definitely, and I've learned a lot of people, even here on the continent, watch Martin. You know, that did shape up a lot of our lives. Watching Martin and shows like that, seeing like black couples and just clean comedy without no foolishness, family. I say clean comedy without no foolishness because there's a lot of foolishness going on and things like that. And I love that. I love those shows back in the day where it's no agenda heavy. It's, you know, it's just a regular show just to have fun. It seems like now everything is extremely agenda heavy to the point where you don't even want to watch it. You know what I'm saying? I said you don't even want to watch it, but yeah. Shout out. Make sure y'all check that out. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yes.
All right. We want to thank you all. We have 135 people in the room right now. We only have 66 likes. Please just smash that like button. 142. Smash the like button. Thank you so much. We love you guys always for tuning in, for your support, and for your comments, your questions, everything. We thank you so much, and we're having a great time here in Zambia.
Yes. And
Make
also,
sure you, make sure you check out our website, unapologeticnomads.com. Also, if you haven't signed up for the newsletter, there's a link for that. It's a free newsletter. I just sent out the updated, newest one yesterday. So some of you should have that in your inboxes now. Also, check us out on Instagram, unapologetic_nomads, Twitter, unapologetic NO3.
Yeah.
And we have some more stuff coming for you soon.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We love y'all.
Yeah, and we are at a restaurant, so I do got to show y'all something. Cause now this is our first meal of the day, family. I got to show y'all this.
This is my food.
I got to show y'all the lovely wife gets
Yes.
the fish all the
Had
time.
to get that brim.
Yeah.
Had to get that brim.
Yes.
Grilled.
Yes.
With the nshima.
See, yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Grilled brim, the nshima, and the rip. Rip is the veggie.
Yeah, we all got the same thing. They said this is the thing to get here at the Outback Hill is the fish. So yeah, that's what we gonna do. Okay. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you. All right. Thanks, Ngobola. Yeah. So we're saying bye to Ngobola and the owner of this lovely establishment. Shout out to Kevin Jones, who's in the building, and all the members. You get a salute. Yeah, y'all know what time it is, and we will be back, family, this week. We've been doing a lot of resting because we've been doing a lot, family. We've been doing a lot. Hold on, my wife has something she wants to share with the family.
Why does this have like a sweetness? This brim. Oh. I'm sorry. This brim right here is bomb. This is bomb. Taste it, please. Taste, please,
All right,
please,
let me
please.
taste a piece. Let me see.
Oh my goodness.
You said please taste it. Okay, I'm gonna have to see.
I don't know what they did to that.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Ooh, that's different.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm a little bit more excited now to jump into this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be back for this, right? It's like a sauce or something on there.
Yeah, it's good.
That's amazing.
It's good.
That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend the brim here at Outback Hills. Yes.
Yes. Yes, family. And you
This is
good, Ayla?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, this is
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Please pray for Ayla and her friends. I think Ayla, one of her friends, passed away last night, so it's kind of been a slow day for us.
Yeah.
We're just trying to cleanse and comfort Ayla, make sure she's good. Her face been hurting because for crying all night and stuff like that. But I don't want to put you on the spot, but yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, that did happen. Sadly, it's crazy that these things happen out of nowhere, man. Just like to say shout out to him. His name was Joseph, and shout out to the rest of my friends, Tyler, Braylon, and just pray for. Please, I can't even talk. Pray for all of us. It's painful. It's definitely painful because we're young. So yeah, but I'll be good, y'all. Yeah.
Life in the States can get crazy, especially when you a young teen. It's real rough out there for the teens, and, just praying for the family and praying for everybody. And, things are going to change.
Yeah.
It just takes time. I know a lot of our young people going through a lot right now. And if any young people seeing this, just keep your head up and don't give up. I know it's a lot of craziness and foolishness getting thrown at you all the time. But just keep your head on your goals and what you want to do in life. And if you don't know what you want to do, figure it out what you want to do. You know, start reading and looking at different videos and stuff. Learn how to do social media good. Be the best social media Instagrammer you could be or whatever. You know, but try to just focus, put your focus on a goal and just focus on that family. Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, and so we're just comforting Ayla, and it's our condolences to the family that lost that young man, and we pray that for everybody's safety. Stay safe. Watch out for your children, and make sure they're protected and loved. And our prayers are always with our friends and family all over the world. You guys stay safe and just take care of your children. Watch over your children.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Oh, and I also want to thank and shout out all those who've been reaching out to our beautiful daughter, so talented, for like art services, logos, and different things like that. Thank you for supporting her business, because she does have a business. And you can check her out on Ayla_the_artist on Instagram.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, family. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And we the unapologetic nomads. And we unapologetically
Nomadic.
Nomadic.
all right, family. Peace.